What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the MG Truck Series here on Fox Sports 1. We are at Watkins, Glen International, getting ready to kick things off. And as I mentioned in the previous truck video, Chris Mack is back in that 73 truck for yet another ride, or rather, his first ride this season. Because now that I think about it, it was actually Ian Slager in that 73 truck. But that 73 truck is back, nonetheless. Why is it... Okay, that was weird. Anyway. Oh god, I'm scared. Hopefully we don't get more of that in this race. I would absolutely hate it. Yeah, but anyways, we're back at the Glen, and I know you're looking at the lap count wondering, only 12 laps. This is going to be a short, quick race. No. The race distance has been shortened quite a bit, but that's just to compensate for the change we have made this season. I haven't really announced any plans this season or anything like that, but you know me, always willing to try something new. You'll see it right here in the exit of the carousel. We're not running the typical Watkins Glen stock car layout. No, we're going off to the left of that. We're running the boot here with the trucks. Like we tried the full layout at Sonoma, and it didn't quite work out. But that's just because the version of the track wasn't that good. Had good racing, but a lot of bugs, a lot of glitches, a lot of issues. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep it on the schedule for this season. However, Watkins Glen's boot layout, that's a different story. Because it's the same track model made by the same people that made the other version of the track that we've been using for the past couple seasons as well. So this one, depending on how it goes and how you all enjoy it, this may be here to stay, and I'm not sure. I was planning on eventually switching over to this version of the track for the MG Cup Series way later on in the future, but I decided to just test it out here with the trucks, see how it goes, and we might try it with the Grand National Series next season. But for now, we're ready to go. The trucks are the first race of the weekend. The Pass Series will race tomorrow before Grand National, and then the Cup race on Sunday to finish things off. Pace car is in, or pace truck is in. We're about to begin. Green flag is waving. We're racing at Watkins Glen. Johnny Benson, your pole sitter, with tight door-to-door racing with that 97 truck of Jeremiah Cook. He's got the 73 Cook's teammate. That's Chris Mack in the 73 National Guard truck. And before y'all comment, no, National Guard does not sponsor Mack Motorsports. That's just the logo that happened to be on the truck when they bought it. Down into the boot part for the first time ever here on the channel. Johnny Benson continues to lead. Jeremiah Cook likes that we're running the boot. That's more corners for him. That's the strong suit for that 97 driver. He knows how to get around these corners way better than anyone else. That's what road course racing is all about. Got to get around the track faster and better. He's better into the braking zones. So the more there are for him, the better it is. As he tails that 23 truck right on his rear bumper. Justin Marks, another road course guy. He's already worked his way up into the top 3. Getting past Chris Mack back there. And there's quite a bit of separation between the top 4 and the rest of the field. We're going to watch how the other Mack Motorsports truck, the 36 of Val Wolf, how she's doing. She's slowly but steadily improving on these road courses, getting more accustomed to them. There's quite a few of them on the schedule, so she really gets a lot of practice. Unfortunately, her practice comes during the race. Terry Cook and Ron Hornaday Jr. side by side back here into the S's. Riding on board with Jeremiah Cook. Cook with the E at the end. As he heads off into the bus stop here. Big braking zone. A good opportunity for him to make some ground on Johnny Benson, and that's exactly what he does. He closed the gap a little bit there on Benson, now heading through the carousel and out of the carousel into the boot section of the track. Yet again. Much longer laps here from Watkins Glen. As you can see, that is why we shortened the race to 12 laps. That's even shorter than the amount of laps the Pass Series is running, but they're running the other layout without the boot. They're just skipping the boot section entirely, running the short version of the track. Justin Marks sitting there in third in the points lead. Has a huge lead in the points. He's our championship favorite. Really just cruising along here. Doesn't need to push too hard to try and win this race. He likes where he's at, but you know he likes road courses as well. So if he gets that opportunity, he's going to go for it. As we head through the final turn yet again, Johnny Benson's going to lead yet another lap here from Watkins Glen. The 97 doing everything he can to reel in Benson. 73, Chris Mack. Technically a rookie in the trucks, considering he hasn't run a full-time season in the trucks yet. But racing-wise, he's been here since the first season of MG Cup. As we ride on board the 73 machine. As you can see, he's toned down the aggression quite a bit. I think he might be content with just running fourth for the day. Mack Motorsports, as we previously mentioned, with backing from Papyrus Racing. Not really backing, but you're using their resources. They're operating out of the same shop. Mack Motorsports basically just an extension of Papyrus Racing, and Chris Mack calling the shots over there. He's seemingly doing a great job calling the shots. A great businessman, if you will, knowing how to make the right decisions, not only for himself but for his teammates and friends. As Johnny Benson continues to lead and runs away with it at that. Jeremiah Cook seems to have kind of settled down. He might be happy with where he's running as well. Might try and mount a charge later on in this race. Still early in the race, so would make sense for him to push extremely hard now as they head up the S's. Watching as the rest of the field comes through. Look at Rick Crawford all over the rear bumper of Matt Crafton. That battle from IRP has not settled down much at all as they head through the S's. A little bit of side-by-side back here. Jason White and the 4 of Stacy Compton heading up the hill. Quite a lot of separation throughout the pack. Oh, whoa! Joey Clanton got hooked into the guardrail. How ironic, we just happened to be watching then. The 97 of Cook has closed the gap tremendously to the rear bumper of Johnny Benson. This battle's not over yet, y'all. Don't count him out yet. That battle ain't over. Here comes that 14 truck, still on the rear bumper of the 88. Couldn't quite get there. You see way in the background, truck's just now entering the boot. Out in front, Jeremiah Cook. The chase continues. And you gotta imagine a draft being a factor in this long straightaway heading into the bus stop. Tell you what, if Cook can get any closer in the first sector of the track, I hate to use the word sector, that's very Formula One like, but you know what I mean. If he could get any closer in that first part of the track, he might have a chance, because he seems to be stronger in the second half of the racetrack. As we have more stuttering for some reason there, I apologize. I apologize for what y'all just had to hear as well. Just trying to breathe. Still slightly under the weather, but definitely feeling a lot better than I was before. Just a slightly stuffy nose, that's all. No coughing and itchy throat, none of that. Chris Mack has fallen way back behind the leaders as we have a caution on the racetrack. The 29 of Sean Lynch spun through the bus stop there, and let's see how he ended up in that position. Looks like the 28 pushing him down the straightaway, and then they get into the braking zone, and oh man, it was still locked onto his bumper. I think the 28 couldn't quite see where they were at until he pulled out there. We're gonna break the fourth wall with this one. Watch from this angle. Yeah, trying to push him past that truck up there, and I don't think he realized that they were in the braking zone. The 29 slams on the brakes. The 28 couldn't react fast enough, and they both go into the wall. Quite a bit of debris came off those trucks after that contact, so understandable why they throw the caution. Very unfortunate for Sean Lynch. We were having a great run. It was unfortunate for Johnny Benson as well. They were having a great green flag run, but unfortunately, not anymore. Hang on one second. All right, I'm back. Sorry, I had to make sure I was good. But we're back, getting ready to get things back underway here from Watkins Glen. Jeremiah Cook, Johnny Benson lining up side by side yet again. And this time we're closer to the end of the race. You can imagine they fight a little harder for this win, or for the lead and potentially the win. Here we go. Pace truck is in. Green flag is in the air. We're off from Watkins Glen. Big jump for Jeremiah Cook. Can he clear Johnny Benson down into turn one? Benson fights back, dives to the inside. They're going to be side by side, heading up into the S's. Benson is cleared by the 97 truck. He hops in line behind him. Man, my computer really does not like this version of Watkins Glen in the S's, does it? The top two bump drafting away from the field. Nose to tail down into the bus stop. And now that creates some separation needed for these two to fight it out. But I think Jeremiah Cook might have been the faster truck. No, Benson has a faster lap time in the race. But on the long run, it seems that 97 might be faster, at least in this section of the track. The 23 might be faster in the first part. We'll have to see how it plays out. Benson falling back as expected. Cook's just faster in the boot section of the track. The 9 of Justin Marks sitting back there in third, trying to gain some ground as well. But I think it might be too late for him, as the top two just got nose to tail and absolutely drove away from the rest of the field. Looking at everybody else getting through. That right-hander there and getting back into the main part of the track. Cook continues to lead from Watkins Glen. Johnny Benson doing everything he can to reel it back in as we ride on board with the 23. That 97 truck might just overall be better. Never mind, here comes the 23. Huge run. Can he dive inside? No, not quite. But he gained quite a bit of ground on that long straightaway. I think straight line speed might be the advantage for that 23 truck. As Benson heads down into the boot yet again. Oh, hello, trees. Benson with a run. At this point, Benson's just driving it in deep and hoping it can stick. Doing everything he can to reel in that 97 truck as we head down into the final couple corners yet again. Heavy braking zone, right-hander. Back uphill and then another left. All right, 3 to go from Watkins Glen. Johnny Benson doing everything he can to stay close. If he can stay close enough to that 97 truck, you might have an opportunity to go for it again. Here we go, up through the S's. Can he stay close to Jeremiah Cook's rear bumper, excuse me. In the draft, he's got to run, he's coming. He's coming, here he goes again. Can he make that move into the bus stop? Again, not quite close enough, but made quite a bit of ground on the straightaway leading up to it. Straight line speed, definitely the 23's forte. Big braking zone for the 23 truck. Tried to outbrake him, but the 97's just smoother through these corners and able to get the gas down, get the power down a little quicker. Benson knows what he's got to do though, and I think Jeremiah Cook is going to know what to expect. And he might have to think of a way to defend it. Johnny Benson's closing in. Every lap he gets closer and closer and closer to Jeremiah Cook, back on board with the 23 truck. It'll be 2 laps to go this time by. To go from Watkins Glen. Benson closing in the braking zone there. Couldn't quite get close enough. Could he get close enough through the S's to have the run into the bus stop that he needs? Oh, he's right there. Oh, he's pretty close to him this time, and he's got the run. He's got a run. Using the draft. Can he get there this time? Showing his nose. It's going to be a deep dive into the corner. 1 second, y'all. And I'm back. The battle continues for the race lead. Johnny Benson is right there. Just needs to get a little bit closer to make that move into the bus stop. He'll have one last shot. Just needs to stay close enough in this part of the track, Cook's stronger part of the track, and get to the white flag. He needs to get through these final couple of corners without letting that 97C get too far ahead of him. As we head down into the final couple of turns right here, braking zones are crucial to whether or not the 23 has a chance. Needs to stay close. He's getting closer with every lunge, but the 97 quicker back to the gas. The 23 is better on entry, the 97 is better on exit. Coming to the final turn, we're going to see the white flag this time by. 1 lap to go for Jeremiah Cook. Can he get that first career MG Truck Series win here at Watkins Glen, or will it be Johnny Benson hanging on? Or not hanging on, but getting up there and stealing it away. Through turn 1 for the final time. Ride on board with Benson yet again as we go up the hill through the S's for the final time. Once again, Benson has a run, using that draft to his advantage. Can he stay in line to get a bigger run this time by? Deep into the braking zone. No, can't quite get there. Closes into the rear bumper of the 97. Now entering the carousel. He's still going to fight for it. He's going to have another chance down in any of these braking zones, but the 97 stronger out of the carousel into the boot. Johnny Benson doing everything he can to get up there and fight for this win. Justin Marks sitting pretty in third. He's been closing the gap as well. He's in the prime position if these two get together, but I don't think Benson is going to be desperate enough to try and send it in there. Final couple of turns. Benson closing the gap little by little, but it's not going to be enough through the final 2 left-handers. The first of the 2, Benson falls way back. Jeremiah Cook opening the gap some more. Into the final left-hander, the final right-hander coming up next. Final turn for Jeremiah Cook, and he's done it. Jeremiah Cook, first career MG Truck Series win is going to come at Watkins Glen. And what a drive by the 97 driver to hang on when it looked like he wouldn't be able to. Chris Mack comes home P4. And there's Todd Bodine P5. The 14 to Rick Crawford. Matt Crafton, Mike Skinner. Ron Hornaday Jr. and Eric Darnell rounds out the top 10. As the rest of the field still battles their way to the checkered flag. Here comes Val Wolf as her teammate has just gotten his first career win. She's going to come home just inside the top 20. And here's the rest of the field coming through as well. Now that's gonna do it. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe. I hope to see y'all next time, and until then, peace.